Good morning, afternoon, evening, or whatever time it is, wherever you are, and welcome to Torchcast Episode 9. Today I have with me Grant Siddall, a torch reporter, mind you. Yes, I know, like I said, gonna keep it interesting, gonna find that variety. Still haven't done it, but it's coming soon. Grant, how are we doing today?
I'm doing great, Zach.
Well, it's great to have you on the show, and today we have a very interesting show, because, since my time meeting you, you've introduced me to a lot of new foods, not like crazy foods like caviar or anything, but like just going to a place like McDonald's or Taco Bell and going to fast food and just finding all these new options to just really learn to enjoy at these places. And I just kind of want to start off from the beginning. Where did it all start when it came to finding these interesting ways to enjoy common day average fast food?
So I'm definitely a really picky eater, but I'm a fast food aficionado. And one of my first real jobs was working at McDonald's. And when I was there, we got 50% off on all of our purchases whenever we worked. So basically, we would order my friends and I would order the biggest things on the menu, and we'd kind of just mash them up. We'd get 3 triple burgers and put them on top of each other and put 9 patties on a bun together. And we had a Taco Bell right next door to the McDonald's that we worked at, so during our lunch breaks, we'd actually go over there, and we wouldn't use our discounts until after work. So okay. I was eating fast food when I was in high school probably, at least 10 times a week.
Yeah. Okay. So, jumping onto the fast food, what would you say, out of all your creations, is your absolute favorite? And from what restaurant?
So that's tough. One of my favorites used to be when Taco Bell had their meal deals. The best thing to do was you could get the meal deal. It was the meal deal D, and it came with a 5-layer burrito, and then it came with Doritos with it. And you crunch up the bag of Doritos, and you put it inside of the burrito, and that was a really good combination. When I still worked at McDonald's, we used to take the buffalo sauce, and we put that on everything. So we'd make buffalo McChickens, we'd make buffalo burgers. We would get the snack wraps, the ranch snack wrap with chicken, crispy chicken, and then you get some McNuggets, and you get the buffalo sauce with that, so you can put the buffalo sauce inside of the snack wrap, and that's a really good combination as well.
Okay, all right. And I can say from personal experience that I have tried the buffalo burger, with the buffalo sauce and the mayo on the McChicken, and that's probably my favorite that you've introduced me to.
Yeah.
I haven't done necessarily the Taco Bell edition. I'm fairly new to Taco Bell. I don't want to eat there that much, and I'm a little bit of a wimp when it comes to it. But definitely, just from watching, when we've gone to Taco Bell, just watching you kind of embrace it and take on the challenges that come along with putting a burrito inside of a burrito. It really just wells the eyes with tears and just really shows some inspiration.
Yeah.
And I got to just give it to you on that one. Like, wow. I don't even know, man. It's just crazy.
Yeah, so my most recent thing at Taco Bell has been just getting a regular hard shell taco and stuffing that inside of the 5-layer. And it gives a nice crunch to it, but it also doubles up on the beef that you get inside, and that's nice.
See, these places just need to start hiring you to put together menus because you're, like you said, fast food aficionado. That's a different word. I'm not accustomed to saying. I'm not fancy enough. But you see, you think of things that the average man, woman, child, dog, cat doesn't think of when it comes to food. We see it, we eat it. But you go outside the box. You go outside the wrapper and just flavor explosion. Assault on your mouth.
Yeah, for sure.
It's beautiful. And, I pulled up with me here some, because you don't know, that kind of reminds me of the secret menu items. That's what your combinations remind me of. And I pulled up, this is from Fortune.com, and it's their 11 secret fast food items you need to try. And we're going to kind of go down through the list and kind of break them apart. And just kind of figure out, if these are really what they should be, in terms of taste. And so starting off, we have Arbys Meat Mountain. And we have a picture here. To all those of you listening, sorry you can't see it, but boy, it looks massive. I'm going to read I'm going to read off. And it's exactly what it sounds like. It's a mountain of every type of meat that Arbys offers, topped off with some Swiss cheese and cheddar. At $10, it's the most expensive thing you can get at Arbys. But it's a pretty good deal considering you probably won't want to eat it for about a week after. And I'm quoting the website. I'm not this creative when it comes to descriptions. So, Grant, taking a quick look at the Meat Mountain here and seeing what it involves, and just being everything, how do you feel?
So I'm always for more meat whenever I'm making combinations, I'm always trying to figure out how I can get more meat on a sandwich or more meat in my burrito and things like that. And this looks really good, but from the picture, it looks like we only have 2 pieces of cheese on there.
Yeah.
For me, it needs a little bit more cheese. Anything you can do to get more meat and more cheese is perfect.
Exactly. And, it looks like there's not enough, varying ratio. When I take a bite into that, sometimes I like to get a little bit of my bread flavoring in there, Just add some texture. And it looks like the Arby's bun is a bit thin, and all I'm just going to get is a giant mouthful of meat. Meat's good. But, weighing the flavor options here, I feel like it's just the balance isn't there for me.
Yeah, for me, I think that you could do something similar if you just took 2 different sandwiches and kind of pile them together. You could get an extra bun in there. You'd have about the same amount of meat, same amount of cheese, and I think that would be better with a little bit more bun. All
right, so on a scale of 1 to 10, how would you go about rating how you'd feel about trying this?
I think it's something I would definitely try. I think for $10, I would avoid it. It doesn't look like it'd be worth $10 to me. But I think that it looks like you could pretty easily do it with just a couple of sandwiches. So if I could grab 2 sandwiches for $3 or $4 a piece, I'd definitely stack them up and try to make something similar.
Okay, so taking the price, the potential taste that it appears to have, since we don't have the money or the finances to really buy all these menu items. So we're just going off looks. And by the appearance, how would you rank it out of 10? I'm feeling around a 6.5 for me personally.
Yeah, I was thinking about a 7.
7? So 6.5, 7?
Right in that range.
All right, I'm going to just kind of write these down as we go along. And this was Arby's Meat Mountain. I'll just write down the restaurant. All right, now we're going to go into the next one here. This is Burger King's Suicide Burger. It's got an interesting picture. I'll take it apart as we go, but this secret menu item, again I'm reading, is also known as the Quad Stacker. It's a burger with 4 beef patties and 4 slices of cheese with bacon and special sauce. If you're already throwing caution to the wind and eating something with a name that suggests it'll kill you, you might as well top your order off with a side of frings, half fries, half onion rings. Okay, there's a lot to really dissect here, I feel like. First off, the side that comes with the frings, I've never heard of fries, onion rings.
No.
But that's besides the point. Just the burger itself. Wow. Where do we start here?
Honestly, to me, it looks like a pretty regular burger, just with 4.
It does.
It looks like 4 burgers stacked on top of each other with some cheese, 1 slice, and then some lettuce and tomato. And, I mean...
Yeah, and, you're not a fan of lettuce.
No.
You don't like tomato either?
Not a big tomato guy either.
Okay, so, I mean, that's besides the point on that one. Even if you don't like it, I feel like it still has the cheese.
Yeah.
That the Arby's Meat Mountain didn't have. This is the cheese ratio to it. That's kind of nice with the burgers. But, I mean, Burger King itself usually has pretty big it fills you up.
Yeah.
For me personally, it does. I don't know. Taking a look at potential taste, appearance, and price. I didn't really give a price, did it?
No, not for this one.
No price for this one? All right, we're not going to take the price into consideration for this one. Well, what are you thinking? How would you try this?
This one looks like it's pretty low down my list. I think that it looks essentially like you just put an extra couple of patties on a regular burger.
Yeah.
I wouldn't give this probably any more than a 3. I'd try it, but I wouldn't order it on my own.
I'm thinking about a 4. So about 3, 4 on the Burger King Suicide Burger. And we go on down. A little bit of a differing... Oh, there's no picture, so I guess we're just going to have to... It's pretty straightforward. It's Chick-fil-A's Blueberry Cheesecake Milkshake. Hack the Menu warns that this dessert isn't available at all Chick-fil-A locations, so this one's... it varies. But go ahead and ask them to blend a slice of blueberry cheesecake into a vanilla milkshake and see where you get from there. And, I'm a big fan of cheesecake, but I'm not a big fan of blueberries.
Okay.
And, vanilla, I don't mind it, but usually I go chocolate or strawberry. But, it's got potential. What are you feeling about this?
I don't know how the flavor combination with this would work with the chocolate or vanilla, but I'm a big fan of cheesecake milkshakes in general.
Yeah.
Dairy Queen does cheesecake blizzards. And
okay.
I imagine that's pretty similar to this, and those are delicious. And so I do like blueberries. I like blueberry cheesecake a lot. I think that this would be delicious. I'd probably rank this up around a 9.
Give this a 9?
I would definitely order this.
All right, I'm going to give it around a 7. just because blueberry, but 9. All right, so far, ice cream has ranked itself on the top of this list so far, an ice cream variant. So there's not much going on for that one, like we were saying, but we're going to jump down to Chipotle. Do you like Chipotle?
I haven't had a whole lot of Chipotle in my life, but what I have had of it, I do enjoy. I'm a burrito guy.
You're a burrito guy? Okay. I'm not a big fan of Chipotle, but, maybe this secret menu item might swing me. It's called the Chipotle Burrito Dia. And basically, it's a quesarito. It's the quesarito's diet-friendly twin, as the website calls it. It's the quesarito, which isn't much a secret anymore, is basically a burrito with a quesadilla in place of a standard tortilla. The Burrito Dia is a quesadilla filled with about half the contents of a burrito, giving you the same flavors as the first, but much less aggressively. Okay, so this actually just opened my eyes to something else. The quesarito was a mix item that Taco Bell offers as a standard item.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. That all makes so much more sense now. My eyes are opened.
So the one thing that upsets me a little bit about Taco Bell's quesarito is it doesn't have the creamy jalapeno sauce.
Okay.
Which is the best thing about Taco Bell's quesadillas.
Okay.
Is that their sauce, that's the only item that they offer it on, to the best of my knowledge, is that creamy jalapeno, and that is probably the best thing that they have. I'll order it separate just to put it on other burritos and other items because it's so delicious.
Okay. And so now that we look at the Chipotle Burrito Dia, so an enlarged quesarito, basically. It looks very filling. It looks very filling, and I'm assuming it's got queso in it and all that good stuff. But wow, how are you feeling about it?
I'm a big fan of queso, and I'm a big fan of cheese. So anything that's going to give me a little bit of extra cheese, which obviously having a quesadilla as your shell is going to do that. I think that this looks pretty good. This is probably up around an 8.5 for me.
8.5 for you. I'm going to have to give it around an 8 too. So we got an 8.5 for the Chipotle Burrito Dia. And we're going to jump down. Have you ever been to Five Guys?
I love Five Guys.
Five Guys, it's the place to go. Never been there though, so I'll be a hypocrite.
Yeah, you're missing out.
I guess so. But what do we got here? What's this one called? It's Five Guys Double Grilled Cheeseburger. That sounds like something that might have already been on the menu, but I suppose it's not. And so it's a very short description here, and it goes along the lines of, if you're not a vegetarian, the only time it's acceptable to order a grilled cheese at Five Guys Burgers and Fries is when you're loading 2 of them up with burger patties and toppings. Okay, so grilled cheese with burger patties, Five Guys style. Being the Five Guys customer here that I'm not, well, how would you go about this?
Five Guys already has one of my favorite places to get a burger. Their burgers are always nice and juicy, and they give you so much cheese, and they're delicious every single time. And as I've mentioned multiple times, this is just another way to get more cheese. When you get this grilled cheese, we mentioned earlier with the Arbys sandwich that the issue was not enough cheese and not enough buns. And with this, with 2 grilled cheeses, one on top and one on bottom, you're getting 2 extra buns, and you're getting that extra cheese. You have cheese in the middle of this burger, and then cheese on your buns. It looks incredible. This is a 10 for me. This is a 10 for,
yeah, no, this is making me mouthwater. Take off those tomatoes, and you got me sold. Because I love a good grilled cheese, and you throw on beef patties in there?
Yeah. I imagine that this is a nice, crispy bun, too.
Oh, yeah. This is a straight 10 for me as well. I don't even have to have tried Five Guys to say that that's going to be good. And now we go down to KFC's Triple Down. Now, I have only recently been to KFC a few times recently in the past. I usually don't go there because, they're a little pricey sometimes. But very, very short description here. It's about a sentence long, 2 sentences. And have you heard of the Double Down?
I've had the Double Down.
What is the Double Down?
So basically, it's a chicken sandwich with cheese and bacon. And it's great.
Okay, so this is KFC's Triple Down. So you're basically adding an extra layer of chicken, cheese, and bacon to get... Okay, wow. Okay, that sounds fantastic. Because I love deep fried chicken.
Yeah.
I love it. It's crispy. It's amazing, especially KFC style. And you can, audience out there, you can probably tell we love cheese here. So you throw more cheese on there, and even you're adding some bacon this time. So, I mean, this one seems pretty straightforward to me. And I'd give it about an 8. Because KFC's pricey, so I'm just going to kind of assume it's going to be a little pricier. But that's all hypothetical, or what's the word I'm trying to think of? That's besides the point. We may be working for a paper, but you know what? We don't need to know words all the time.
I'm going to give this about a 7.5. I think that
7.5.
at some point you get where there's too much chicken and you need a little bit of something else. And it seems like there's a lot of chicken on there. And I need a little bit more contrasting flavor.
Yeah, I can understand that. And, a good old...
I've seen this one.
I have no idea how to respond to this audience. It's the McDonald's Land, Sea, and Air Burger. And the picture doesn't do it much justice in the sense of appetizing. It just looks like someone got bored and tried to see how high they could stack their sandwiches.
I've made these while I worked at McDonald's.
Have you really?
I didn't eat them. I don't like the filet of fish.
Okay.
But yeah, sometimes people would order these. It's a pretty simple menu item.
Okay, I've actually never heard of it. Would you? So obviously you're not going to rank it that high because you don't like fish, the filet of fish, or even fish. But let's they give it a bit of a description. So we've been talking about it. We haven't actually told you guys out there what it actually is. So according to Fortune, you can't choose between a Big Mac, McChicken, and filet of fish. Don't. Get a Big Mac and add a McChicken and a filet of fish patties to get this very appropriately named secret menu item. If you're not a filet of fish fan but really love chicken, go for the Big McChicken. A Big Mac with McChicken patties and place it. Okay. And I think we've talked about the Big McChicken earlier today, actually, in conversation, just passing. And, I guess maybe you can be salvaged here in this rating system. But you're like just the Big McChicken.
So I'm not a huge fan of mixing the chicken and beef together. I've tried it a few times, and I didn't usually do it with the Big Mac. What I would usually do is I would get a double cheeseburger, and I would throw the McChicken patty in between, and I'd keep one extra bun. And it's pretty good. It's an interesting mix of the saltiness from the burger patties, and then a little bit of that pepperiness that you get from the McChicken. And it's good for me. It's not my favorite. I think that chicken and beef makes kind of a weird combination. I won't do that when I get quesadillas or nachos or anything like that either. But I do know a lot of people that ordered this. I know a lot of people that got sandwiches, McChickens, and Big Macs and stuff just to do this. It's pretty popular.
Okay.
It was probably one of the most popular combinations of things that we had when I was working there.
Okay. So I'd probably give it, because I don't mind the filet of fish. Yes, believe it or not, I actually don't mind it. I'm going to give mine around an 8. And if you had to rate it.
If I had to rate it, I'll probably...
Just based on, other people's
reactions. I'd probably go around an 8 as well. I know that it's fairly popular.
Okay.
One thing that I would suggest if someone wanted to try this, though, is to make sure that you get the filet of fish bun toasted. Because usually what they do is they'll steam a filet of fish bun. So if you don't want your bun to be soggy with the rest of your food... ask for the bun toasted instead of steamed with that. Otherwise, your top bun's going to be toasted from your Big Mac, and your bottom bun is going to be soggy from your filet of fish.
Okay. Well, definitely good advice. Definitely everyone should take it out there. And, we're just going to offer some general advice, too, along the way. Give you guys some life lessons out there when it comes to enjoying fast food. And I hate to crush everyone's hopes and dreams here with this sounding burger, because... not sure how I feel about it. Shake Shack's Peanut Butter and Bacon Shack Burger. First of all, I've never heard of Shake Shack. And but according to Forbes, according to Hack the Menu, which I'm assuming is a source that Fortune got this from, but Shake Shack had this on its menu for a single weekend. It was removed due to concern about allergy cross-contamination, but luckily ordering it is as simple as getting a Shack Burger with bacon and peanut butter sauce on the side. First of all, I need to know where Shake Shack is, so we'll figure that out one day. Second off, peanut butter on a burger?
I know people that do this, and I've never tried it. I have a coworker at my other job that swears up and down by this, about how she and her family eat all of their hamburgers with peanut butter, and that it is something that you have to try. And she said that it's life-changing, that once you try it, you'll love it. I haven't went as far to try it yet, but it is a thing. This isn't the only place that has this as a menu item. If you look at some... specialty burger places, the peanut butter on a burger isn't as out there as you might think. It's a good mix of salty and sweet, I would imagine.
Okay, see, I'm always down to try new things, but you have a point with the varying flavors. I always take texture, and I make it a big part of when I eat something. And I feel like just the peanut butter texture with the burger and whatever else they got going on there, it would throw me off, but maybe the flavor would end up winning me over in the end.
Yeah.
But it's just such an odd
I feel like one of the biggest things is you can't do other condiments. If you're going to add peanut butter, I can't have ketchup and mustard or mayo or anything on there, which would be my normal 3. But if you took those off and you had, I would imagine that it wouldn't mix well with the cheddar cheese, but if you had a Swiss or a provolone or something like that, I would imagine that something lighter like that would be okay. I would try it. I don't think that it would be something that I would want to order all the time, but it might be decent as a specialty item.
Okay, and so what would you rate this? Where would you go with this?
I think that it would actually be pretty decent, so I'd probably rate it an 8.
An 8? All right, I'm going to give it a 7.8. I'm going to be a hard grader here.
Ultra specific.
I don't know what the 0.2 difference is, but that's where I'm going with it. And we're jumping into a Taco Bell item here. So your bread and butter. Hopefully not Taco Bell. But it's called Taco Bell's The Incredible Hulk. And now Hack the Menu describes this as one of Taco Bell's healthy secret menu items. It's made by replacing the nacho cheese in a 5-layer burrito with guacamole, which does technically make it healthier, believe it or not. If you don't really care about the nutrition aspect of The Incredible Hulk, add Taco Bell's lava sauce. Okay, not the description I was looking for here, but I think I see what it's going for. But you're not a fan of guacamole.
I'm not a big guac fan. I don't think that I would do this anyway. I think that the 5-layer is already pretty perfect. But if I was going to add a sauce to it, so they talk about adding guac or lava sauce to this, but I'm going to go back to that creamy jalapeno sauce that comes inside of the quesadillas. That is very good added, and I think that it runs you an extra like 40 cents or something to add that into the burrito.
Okay.
And it's absolutely worth it. That's a delicious addition, but I would suggest leaving the nacho cheese in. I think that you could do all of these things. You could add guacamole and leave the nacho cheese, and I think that would still be better. More cheese is always better.
So would you be bold enough to say you could probably create something better than the secret menu item they're offering there?
I think that the 5-layer is the best base combination item out of everything at Taco Bell. You can add so many things to a 5-layer. You can put nachos inside of it. You can put other burritos inside of it. I just added a beefy crunch burrito where I just stuck it inside of a 5-layer and wrapped it up today because it has a big enough shell to do that, and it was absolutely delicious. There's a lot you can do with the 5-layer, and it's a $2 burrito. There's a lot of options for that price.
And just really bless up to Taco Bell. No favoritism. But bless up to Taco Bell for those cheap prices when it comes to this quantity. You really get bang for your buck there for fast food.
One of the last places that has a legitimate dollar menu where you can really mix and match items and have a lot of choice.
Oh, 100%. Please sponsor us, Taco Bell. Just kidding. Jumping into the next one. We're on number 10 coming up. Oh, actually, we forgot to rate the T-Bell Incredible Hulk. Guacamole bias aside.
So, like I said, the 5-layer is one of my favorite menu items to begin with. So, when you're messing with it, I think that the 5-layer starts off on its own around an 8. So, I think that if you add things to it, I'm only going to bump it up half a point there, 8.5.
8.5. All right, I'll probably stick with you on a solid 8.5. You're the expert, and so we're just going to stick with that. But coming up, we have the Wendys Meat Cube, and it's exactly what it looks like. It's exactly what it sounds like when looking at appearance, is because, Wendy's has those square beef patties. It looks like it has about 4 of them. Let's just read the description just to make sure. This is probably the least appetizing name of any on the secret menu items. This is according to Fortune, not us, or me. I don't know what Grant's thinking yet. But it may be the most accurate. It's a regular burger, but with a full pound of hamburger patties. And it looks very much like a cube of meat. So again, we'll just have to break down what appears to be on it. So it looks like we got, 4 beef patties and 4 slices of cheese. And the bun. So it kind of already meets all my desires.
Yeah, so I love Wendy's burgers. I think that as far as your basic fast food burgers, they blow McDonald's and Burger King out of the water. It's not even close.
Not at all.
And while they're a little bit more expensive, I think it's worth it. They're delicious. This one, because it has 4 pieces of cheese for the 4 burgers, I think that is a good meat to cheese ratio. It looks like maybe it could use another bun in the center, but Wendy's buns are pretty thick to begin with, so I think you could really get away with it. A pound of beef is always going to be satisfying. I talked about at the beginning of this how I used to take 3 of the triple stacks at McDonald's and I'd stack them all together. So that was 9 patties, but McDonald's patties are only 1/10 of a pound, so that came out to almost a full pound. And it was delicious, and it had about the same amount of cheese as this. But I think that this looks pretty similar to that and looks amazing. I would definitely order this.
Hands down, yes, yes, and yes to everything you just said in response to that burger. So I'd give this, it'd be up there with the Five Guys on a solid 10 for me. Where are you going?
I think that for me this is probably about a 9.5.
9.5, 9.5, 10. All right, and last but certainly not least, I'm pretty sure it's apparently I can't count. I guess that was the last one. Hold on. Let's do a recount here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We were lied to. We were told there were to be 11, and there were only 10. So we're just gonna ignore the fact that happened. That's embarrassing. I misread an article, and now it's gonna drive me crazy for the rest of my life. But that's okay. Let's go back and review the 10, not 11 items that words already escaped me. We've been talking too long. So, Arby Meat Mountain, we gave it about a 6.5 to 7. The Burger King Suicide Burger, 3 to 4. I think that was our lowest one, actually. We stayed above 5 for every single one except for the Burger King.
Our first two were the lowest ones.
Oh, yeah. Because it just got better from there. The Chick-fil-A Blueberry Cheesecake, 7 to 9. The Chipotle Burrito Dia, 8 to 8.5. The Five Guys Grilled Cheese right there, 10. Solid 10. And the KFC Triple Down, 7.5 to 8. McDonald's Lancy Air, about an 8. The Shake Shack PB and Bacon Burger, 7.8 to 8. The T-Bell Incredible Hulk, 8.5. And Wendys Meat Cube, a 9.5 to 10. So, wow. First of all, I feel full just discussing all those menu items. But just as I feel full, I feel like this podcast has been quite full, and to the point where it's time to call it a night.
Absolutely.
So, Grant, I just want to thank you so much for coming on.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
Thank you for teaching us even more about the ways of fast food and enjoying me on this adventure into looking at secret menu items that we will probably never go out and buy on our own. So anyways, to all you listeners out there, so long, take care, and hooty hoo.